Good day to one and all, and welcome to another edition of Marvel Chat, the place to go for all things Marvel, aka Make My Marvel. And as always, this and other podcasts in the Jazzy Groove Rainy Day podcast family are brought to you by the power of five. If you like what we're doing, at the very least, hit the like button, support the channel. And on with the podcast. Yep, no, Sunday during the day, I treated myself to a binge festival of X-Men 97. And I will say, off rip, that was the best animated series I have seen, bar none. Now, don't get it twisted. I like pretty much all things animated, or animation, or animated, or whatever. DC's come out with some pretty hitting stuff. The anime coming out of Japan, top notch. But for all intents and purposes, this season of X-Men 97 was la creme de la creme. Everything about it was top notch. The animation was top notch. The colors were vibrant and popping. The action was fluid. The storylines understandable. And most importantly, which is what a lot of animation has missed, the stories, the plot lines, the characters are relatable. You can watch an episode of X-Men 97 and you feel a certain way about the episode. You will feel the horror that the mutants felt when Genosha was obliterated. You will feel the horror of watching so many people who hated mutants be tricked into becoming Prime Sentinels. All those things, you could feel it in ways that up to that point you really didn't feel. The closest you got was Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, but can't hold a candle to it. A lot of what went on during season one were stories within stories. There was the overriding arc of the season one villain, which was Bastion, and his master plan for the eradication of mutant kind. And a lot of that at the end made sense. Because if you go back to the source material, which is the X-Men comics, the reason why, in the end, the Sentinels decided to get everybody was because of something that Trask chose to ignore. And that is, everybody has the X gene. Everyone has the potential to become a mutant. Certain people it switches on, certain people it stays off. Nimrod, Master Mold, and the higher Sentinels, they knew this. And they figured, well, the best way to deal with this threat is to get everybody. I don't care if you're mutant or not. You can't be a threat if you're not around. So they went around killing people. It wasn't right. It wasn't fair. It wasn't kind. It wasn't just. But it was their logical answer to a perplexing question. And the scariest part about it was the fact that they thought about it. They weighed it in their heads. They went pro, they went con, and they said, okay, we've prepondered the evidence. We've come to the conclusion that humans, like mutants, must be eradicated. Because as long as one human lives, the X gene lives, and the potential to create another mutant exists. You want to stop it? Wipe them all out. Again, don't shoot the messenger. It is what it is. And I'm sure, excuse me, I'm sure they had their reasons for it. I'm sure that they could probably tell you in better terms than I can what their reasoning was, but their reasoning is their reasoning. But going back to the show itself, the Easter eggs, Morph turning into all those different mutants, Morph turning into the Hulk and smashing Sentinels. Incredible. During the free fall when their X-Jet was destroyed, he turned into Archangel. He became Siren. He became Psylocke. He became Deathstrike. All those different things. And that's not coming from the main thrust of this situation, which simply was Jean Grey Phoenix. Her becoming Phoenix was the high point of the series for me. Now, granted, it wasn't that long. And later on in the episode, she did say that the Phoenix Force left her. But did it really? I'm looking forward to season 2 with bated breath. I can't wait to get into it. But it goes to show at its core the frightening similarities between Earth 616, which is the main Marvel continuity, and our continuity. And that theme is this: people fear what they don't understand. And people tend to destroy what they fear. Because understanding it, too much work. So much easier just to put them down. It's too much easier just to say, well, they're over there, do what you have to do. Because to understand it means you have to think. And people don't like thinking. The whole rationale between 616 and our continuity is the fear of becoming nothing. The Homo sapien will ultimately be replaced by Homo superior. But that's progress. And as I've said on many different podcasts across a great deal of different topics, we ain't going backwards. It's not happening. Better to know what's coming ahead of you than what's behind you because yesterday is done. It's tomorrow that counts, not yesterday. It is what it is. Uh, this is a short one. I just basically wanted to let you all know the stance and the status of X-Men 97. As of right now, there's a very good chance it'll be renewed for season 2. No one has come out and said as much, so for all intents and purposes, it's still in the air. But the minute they do, we'll be back to let you know about it. We'll let you know more about what's coming up, the different plot lines, different things like that. But highly recommend watching it. And if you can, take an afternoon and watch it. And binge watch it. Watch the whole thing. This is my second time watching the whole thing, and there was things that I didn't catch the first time that I caught. Like, ooh, really? I did not know that. That being said, that's gonna be it for this episode. Till the next, this is OBJ. Deuces, y'all.